Hello, we are Frank Affordable Groceries, and today we are going to be talking about electronic price tag signages and how they can help your company. Other businesses use electronic price tag signages by putting battery-operated digital price tags on their shelves. They use these tags to show information on the item, including its price. One company that makes these electronic price tags is Altair. They improved the quality of this tag by using e-ink technology, allowing the print to show up clearer. However, many businesses are worried about using these price tags because they believe customers will be scared of the change and shop elsewhere, causing sales to fall. In France, electronic price tags are used to show the price and price per weight of the product, but not the product's name. The only company in the United States that uses electronic price signages is Kohl's. Electronic price tag signages are effective because they allow for there to be less errors when prices are changed. Paper labels are said to only be between 95 to 96% accurate. It also allows for prices at the shelves and checkout aisles to be the same. They are also able to display multiple pieces of information on the product, including allergy information. Even though they are effective, they come at a cost. Many businesses are looking for a more affordable way to display their prices.
A lot of information can be featured on an electronic price tag. One main piece of information, other than the obvious, that being the price of an item, electronic price tags are used to display discounts. You might also see bargains, such as giving the consumer a better price per item if they buy more than a certain number. Electronic price tags can benefit Aldi in many ways. One example is making sure prices from store to store remain the same. Not only will these be extremely accurate, they will also save employees time, which allows them to focus on other tasks. Electronic price tags are also proven to save money. This will help Aldi to appeal to consumers by allowing them to add new promotions or possibly even making their prices cheaper.
The store should not be overly saturated with the signs, but it should have enough that each sign is not overwhelming with information about too many products at once. Since aisles are separated by product, an appropriate amount of signs would be 2 signs per aisle on each side of the aisle. These signs would then be organized by company and the various products that each company sells. This would also be beneficial because one company may have multiple items being sold for the same price or a deal that involves more than one of their items. But by placing 2 signs, it prevents the signs from being overwhelming with information. Moreover, electronic signs could also be placed at a specific place where the store regularly puts its sale items. Since sale items will have consistent changes in their pricing according to the sale percentage, using electronic signs to change that information would be both timely and cost-effective rather than changing tags for each item by hand. It would be feasible to integrate this kind of signage into an app and would be even more beneficial to customers. If there were an app designed that stored the same information on the signs, customers could look through this information to know what all the deals and prices at the Aldi store are from home. They could make some of their purchasing decisions from home and streamline their shopping experience. The app could be simple and organized by area of the store and then further categorized into specific kinds of products and companies.
Any business that has to deal with relatively large inventories will likely use some form of electronic price tag signage. Although they are in a different industry, companies like Sears, Kohl's, and Home Depot all use similar methods to quickly change prices on their products stored in-house. Companies like these operate at an even greater level of efficiency than Aldi, as they have warehouses full of inventory ranging from small to large products. Thus, having a system that can easily change prices gives them a huge advantage in saving labor hour expenses and in being able to adhere to the demands of the market. Although there are advantages in implementing such a system, there is a trade-off. The technology is expensive and companies realize that. Those that have made the switch have devoted time to analyze the return on such an investment, and research has shown that the money spent outfitting a store with 20,000 to 25,000 tags at $5 each would be recouped in 2 to 2.5 years. Companies like Aldi that have large distribution centers, stores across the country, and expansive inventories are in a position that could promise a successful return on investment.
Adding new electronic signs will mainly affect the cost of current business processes. The encounter of new electronic signs will be an additional activity needed in current business process. This activity will be performed by both a human and by a computer system because workers will have to control the information that goes into electronic signs and a computer is the system that contains the data of the information. To consider this new step in cost-wise, adding a new activity, electronic signs, in current business process will require extra costs needed. Extra costs will be the fixed costs needed to create and implement new electronic signs such as label, software, base station, handheld reader, server hardware, installation, and employee training. However, these fixed costs will be only needed once when the company firstly installed a new electronic system. For maintenance, the company will need to consider costs for battery, employees who control the electronic signs, and maintaining the system. On the other hand, costs for employees who work to change the tags of each item by hand will be reduced. Therefore, when considering the system in long term, it is better to implement the electronic signs to increase the effectiveness of costs in the business process.
Thank you for your time, and I hope you take our ideas into consideration.